Hey girls, just an overview that this term on World War One, the Great War, it's a really good topic, and I guess history's, I love it because it's a great story, but obviously not all of history. It'd be nice if it was, but not all of history is filled with happy endings. So World War One is probably your best example of a topic whereby it's hard, it's difficult, and we sometimes perhaps lose sight of the fact that millions and millions of people just about 100 or so years ago passed away, died, were killed as a consequence of fighting in this war. And it's now just something that we study on books, on movies, on YouTube, on paper, and you might have seen the movie 1917, which is a great account of what the war was like. But this term, you're going to study some aspects of World War One. You're going to study why it happened, right? So there are causes, and we're going to say about causes which can be long-term causes, like medium-term causes, and short-term causes. So we'll split them into three. We're going to talk about the key events of World War One, the key battles, and why so many soldiers from so many countries lost their lives, and how they lost their lives, and the trenches or the Gallipoli landings, the Western Front, the Somme, the gas, all of the really gritty bits, I suppose you could say, about World War One. And lastly, we'll look at the end of the war and the peace treaty, which supposedly ended World War One, but I will lead you to think, and obviously draw your own conclusions, that the peace treaty actually made World War II and made Adolf Hitler all the more likely, because it was so bad. It was such a bad deal. We've got a fella at the moment who talks about great deals and good deals, and he's the president of America, maybe not for much longer. But this is all about a bad deal. So causes, the events, and the consequences of history and World War One. That's what we'll be talking about in this lesson. All right, thank you.